Ladies and gentlemen, what on earth is going on in Bread Tube? We have the buy lighting up. It's looking very nice. And that's because tonight we will be watching a lovely video. Wrong video. We are going to be watching Anger, Harassment, and the Drama with @Shark0 from Demon Mama. Link to the full conversation with Demon Mama will be in the description. And while we watch it, as you might have seen when I went to picture-in-picture, we will also be playing the original Half-Life. It will not look like that for you. It will look like this for you. This is how it looks like for me. So, let's have some fun, and let's play some Half-Life, and let's watch this video. But before we do get into it, we have to explain Cornbread Tube a bit. So from what I understand, Cornbread Tube is this segment of left-wing video essayists, primarily black left-wing video essayists, which is why I mostly want to cover this, because I'm a black person myself and I have some opinions on this. And they mostly position themselves against streamers, such as myself. I'm currently streaming. We currently have a nice amount of viewers. You can join stream. You can join the link in the Discord to the Discord down below so that you know when I go live, so that you can join these lovely people in chat. Up to 60 concurrents right now. It's looking lovely. But when it gets down to the stuff, these people have positioned themselves against streamers, and notably streamers who are fond of Bosch. I'm someone who enjoys his content, thinks he's a cool dude. I've had disagreements with him before. Earlier in the stream, I actually covered one of his takes that I had a disagreement with, a media take. And these people have engaged, people like FD Signifier, people like Soul Bunny. I think also Jessie Gender has aligned herself with them. Also, Jessie Gender uses she, her, right? I'm gonna use they, them from now on just in case. But have aligned themselves with them, and they very recently attacked Shark0, another fellow black streamer that we have here. And I just want to cover this because as a smaller black streamer myself, I hope this doesn't come to me, and we're gonna be watching Demon Mama here talk to Shark. So I'm going to silence now the Animal Crossing music, which has been silenced this whole time, I'm pretty sure. No, it has not. I'm going to silence this music, and then we will watch this video and talk some Half-Life. Or watch this video and play some Half-Life. Or you're gonna watch me play Half-Life. So, let's get into it. I'm gonna cut up desktop audio. And now we watch. Y'all in the chat, she's a she? Okay, thank you. Jessie Gender is. Y'all in the chat, tell me if y'all cannot hear it, please. Here we go.
Shark, welcome.
Demon Mama has the sickest intro of any left-wing content creator. Holy shit. Let's give that another run through, please. This time bigger. I want to put full respect on this intro. Sick intro. Sick intro. Half-Life, which one? The first one. Sick intro. Audio's good? Sweet. Let's do it. And also, first time playing Half-Life.
Shark, welcome. Welcome to the show, and thank
Appreciate
you for sitting down today. So, God, there's so much that we could talk about, but I have a lot of new viewers who've been checking out my show recently, so if you would like to just introduce yourself and give them all a sort of rundown of who you are and what you do online, that would be amazing.
Sure. Hello, my name is Shark300. That's the word shark, the number 3, the letter O, and the word 0. I do
Base shark.
politics and gaming. I am a lefty. I hide my power level a little bit. I am a socialist boy, an anti-capitalist boy. We love to challenge the system and whatnot. You know how dogs is and all that. Yeah. Basically, I most of my content revolves around ducking on conservatives, making people cognizant of some issues, talking about things that I enjoy and like in the space, and just overall having a good time, trying to make the world a better place, one meme at a time.
Hell yeah. That sounds awesome. We are definitely fans of dunking on conservatives over here. God knows I've done my share of that.
I play hard mode,
Inshallah.
people.
Yeah, it's in fact, I'd like to do more of it. I feel like there's been I don't know, maybe not enough of it lately, especially given everything that's been going on. Although I've been greatly enjoying people dunking on the potentially fake news hungry of the Ron DeSantis. I don't know if you saw
hungry.
that. Yeah, hungry. So good.
I'm going to say it's true, mostly because it's funny, and then just leave it at that.
It's not real. Everybody in chat is saying it's real.
Here, did you know that remember his sit down interview when he was like, my wife, I mean my mom, when he was like, my mommy, I mean my wife?
Yes, I do remember that.
He called his own wife his mommy live on TV. So I'm just kind of like, is it real? Probably not. But like, the funniest thing is that it's not necessarily out of character for him.
It's believable. That's the part that hits the hardest. It's so believable.
The fact that I believe the lie on the internet says a lot about the state of the world that we're in.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that I thought it could be true. I mean, I will say it does sound like him, and I've enjoyed laughing at the clip, regardless of its veracity.
I personally think that
humor is good.
I don't have too many conspiracy theories, but I have one conspiracy theory, and it's that Hungry came out right after Ice Cream So Good, as a to co-op and as a psyop to make us no longer.
I will say the whole like Ice Cream So Good thing has been very interesting. The whole like NPC TikTok thing. My opinions on it. If it gets you money, I don't care. Is it a little weird? Yeah, but you know what? There have been weirder things done. Let's Black Mesa! Okay.
Think about that really cool Quebecian lady who does NPC TikToks.
Yeah, I actually had a conversation with, I don't know if you're familiar, if you know President Sunday earlier, but me and President Sunday were talking about the NPC phenomenon and the overlaps with
Meatball Rom.
ASMR, especially the overlaps with oddly satisfying content like soap cutting and slime crunching and whatever. It was a really
ASMR?
What's that? Actually, no. Well, I mean, sometimes yes. There is an overlap between soap cutting and the slime squishing, but they're not actually technically ASMR, and they sort of evolved parallel, believe it or not. I'm like a super ASMR freak, and my chat will get mad if I go on about ASMR too much.
I listen to ASMR sometimes. I treated my chat to a video that I listen to every now and again. It's ear blowing heartbeat. So they'll have two mics, one connected to their heart, so you can hear their heartbeat, and they'll just blow into the microphone slowly, and they'll do that for like 2 hours.
That's some good taste right there.
Hell yeah. It is pretty good. Oh, shit. I like it. They didn't like it that much. They got scared.
Some people don't like it, and I can understand the like misophonia reaction. You know, like some sounds just don't sit well with people. Misophonia, I think is what it's called.
What is that?
It's like a.
It's on like a food that went rogue in chowder.
Yeah, it kind of does sound like that. It's a term that means like when
honestly,
you have a bad
when it gets
reaction
down to it. Also, I should probably speed this up. When it gets down to it, is it kind of sad that this is where content has gone? Yeah, but at the same time, can't really do anything about it, and I'm not going to do the whole, like, back in my day, like, don't act like people wouldn't have done dumb shit like this in, like, 2013 if it could have gotten them money. It's just content evolving to what it should be. Not should be, but what is best. That's what happens, that's what has always happened, that's what always will happen.
Certain sounds, like for example, the one that everybody uses is styrofoam. Like somebody,
like taking two pieces of styrofoam and like against each other.
Well, that's like the most common. Nails on a chalkboard is another one that like immediately it's a strong negative reaction to certain sounds. And some people have that for certain ASMR triggers, which I totally understand. happened. However, I've encountered, and I don't want to turn this into a whole conversation about ASMR. I'm sorry for getting off on such a tangent, but I've encountered a weird hostility to ASMR that goes above and beyond like the misophonia thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I've been trying to temper my negative reaction to the NPC thing, because there is some of the NPC thing that makes me go, that's a little unsettling. There's uncanny valley, but I've been trying to temper it, because I don't think it's like harmful.
The Quebec lady, for me personally, the Quebec lady, that one's perfectly understandable, because literally all she's doing is giving the same exact reaction. She has like, I explained it as like it's a cookie cutter reward for somebody. I mean, you have a saying when somebody subscribes, right?
I used to. I mean, I used to have a little sound clip that played when I got like a subscriber or whatever. Although it hasn't worked for a while, and I just haven't put it back because I felt like it was just, I don't know, interrupting everything I was saying.
Yeah, no, I feel you. It's like,
but it's common,
me,
yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's like mine goes like shark hog, and I go, thank you for joining the frenzy, being some deadly hog, right? And I say it the same way every single time, and it's just she has a cookie cutter response to every single like donation that you can give that she's practiced and rehearsed, and it's just they've given her so much that she just started. The stream is just her thanking subscribers, and so it just became one of those things where
this is like really floaty. Holy shit!
Yeah, no, she's definitely good at it. She's definitely got it down. Yeah, the talent is there. No hate to that.
It's quality control. I've never seen a content creator with such good quality control. Like if I give her ice cream, I know exactly what I'm gonna get in return, and it's good.
I think perhaps part of what puts it in the uncanny valley for me is like a personal nightmare of like I get nervous even getting overwhelmed with dono messages, which does happen, and I'm just like, all right guys, I'm reading them at the end, because like it's probably a me thing on that front, where it's like, oh man, the obligation to like do a dance or a song or a thing every time somebody does something. Oh no, I'm never letting.
But she did something genius. She did something genius, which is turning the content of the stream in.
Okay. Thank you. I'll do this then.
Into the thank you, like turn the thank you into the content of the stream. So now people come to watch her say thank you to getting money.
I mean, it's definitely, no doubt, it's definitely a good good money making stuff. No hate there whatsoever. Well, anyway, not to stick on the NPC stuff for too long.
This is really
I appreciate very much hearing your defense of the NPC people, because generally my opinion has been some of this is a little uncanny to me, but I don't think it's hurting anybody, and it reminds me a lot of ASMR. So I haven't had like a strongly negative reaction. It's good to hear a solidly positive one.
Let me
Hell yeah.
So, wow. So the primary topic that has brought us together today is significantly less fun to talk about, I think, than, at least for me, and I imagine probably for you, than the NPC stuff. And that is this amorphous, angry, very divisive drama that's been going on. And recently, as I'm sure you know, in case your viewers and some of my new viewers, just a couple days ago, I sat down and had a conversation with a creator named Soul Bunny, a smaller creator, who, right after listening to a video by another creator named Foreign Man in a Foreign Land. I had some negative things to say about the Foreign Man in a Foreign Land video. I'll be straight up with that. I had a lot of critiques for it. And my conversation with Soul Bunny
that video was very bad.
Generally friendly, although it was divisive, because there were things said about various topics, one of which is yourself. That caused a reaction from a lot of people, and I think that's fair. I think that a lot of people had genuine opinions to express and genuine frustration.
Subtitles.
And this whole thing has been rather complicated and hard to follow for a lot of people, myself included. So I guess maybe the way that we should start this off, besides the way that I have, is just to ask you, like, for you, from your perspective, where did this start? What started this whole thing? What as far as you can tell, what started this whole thing?
What started this whole thing, honestly, personally, was the that Soul Bunny video, where I don't even remember what the whole video was about. I didn't watch the whole video, but I did look at the parts like 5 minutes before and 5 minutes after. She mentioned me. I remember she and they.
Yeah, she, they. Yep.
I can't tell.
Where they mentioned me in their video, and then when they went off on me, they went candid and went off on me and everything.
Yeah.
And after that happened, I didn't know that it happened. I'm actually not on Twitter necessarily that much. I tweet like a reasonable amount, nothing too crazy, but I don't like scroll through my timeline super often, and I don't like look at my notifications super often. And actually on my phone, I have Twitter notifications turned off, so I don't get a lot of ads that people do with me unless it's like after the fact, after take a couple days and scroll through.
Which is wise.
So
which is wise, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just wanted to start to spend a little less time on Twitter, so not getting a reason to go back on is nice when I don't get the notifications. Sometimes I forget it exists.
My locker.
Also,
but yeah, a couple. I think I saw the video about like 3-4 days after the first like big.
Dude. Face drop. He stopped having fun the instant she got to it. Yeah, I mean, this has definitely had to be a very stressful thing for Shark. Going through like being, because like I'm pretty sure they called him like the Sizzler. Like, that is a tough one for a lot of people to deal with. And when it gets down to it, having to deal with like that kind of vitriol would absolutely fuck up like a lot of people. And speaking as like a black person, I would feel like getting attacked by like other black people just for my opinions on some things and having my blackness questioned would absolutely make me hyper fucking stressed, which is why I wanted to cover this. Because when it gets down to it, what is going on here is something that, while a streamer like Zan, good friend, while a streamer like Demon Mama, while a streamer like Vosh may be able to understand as like people outside looking in, being someone who's actually in a position like this from a racial standpoint, it is significantly harder to deal with this than it may seem from like the outside looking in, because being validated in your race is an issue that you do face a lot being a black person, just due to the fact that like a lot of people will question you for like say being a nerd, being really into like anime or some shit. What am I supposed to do here to get in the elevator? Do I? Okay, yeah. Okay. First time playing Half-Life. But like being a nerd, being really into anime, like other shit like that. Or even being smart. Some people will get jealous over that and like proclaim you to not be black for being super smart. That's something that happened to me. And when it gets down to it, well, I'm not super smart, but like the perception that you're super smart. Like when it gets down to it, this is an issue that is very stressful, very difficult to deal with, and I can absolutely see why and how this is mentally affecting Shark, especially even though these people suck, even though people like Soul Bunny, even though people like FD Signifier really suck, it's still going to be stressful dealing with that. So I just hope he's getting through it well, because he's a good dude. He's a really good dude. They're probably all talking at me, and I just cannot tell. Because this game doesn't have subtitles for some reason. Again, I'll go into options. It's not like it's gonna appear now. And also, I can't hear the game's audio because my capture card is weird and sometimes doesn't fucking give game audio. So yeah. Yep, just no subtitles. So we're gonna have to do this without anything. Yeah, I have no lived experience, but I can understand. Oh, you can tell Shark is hurt. Very valid. Exactly.
Clip was posted, like the big clip that I saw, and I got added in it with her like calling me a slur and basically calling me Vosh's pet dancing monkey. And I was like, damn, that's like not cool. And then I said something, and then they started to like close in and descend. Have you ever played Vampire Survivors?
Oh, absolutely, love Vampire.
Yeah, it's like that when like the round starts and like the screen closes in as they come in on you, and then that's when that happened.
White, it's painful.
Right?
Exactly.
Over the course of like the next couple of days, it started to ramp up until
same thing happened to me.
Until I had everything, and then I went kind of silent as I put together my video. At first, I didn't want to say anything, but then after things like
and
progressed,
also,
I was like, okay, things need to be.
That is an instance of internalized racism. Being, like, I guess what's a word for it? I guess you could say like eloquent with your speech, even though it's not necessarily that. But like being, well spoken, I guess you could say, doesn't mean that you're talking white. We shouldn't associate being well spoken with whiteness. That's internalized racism. Yeah, we shouldn't be doing that. Okay, what do you want me to do here, dude? Come on. Just open the door. Just open the fuck? Oh, flashlight. Okay. Yeah. Looks like you got a break there. Does anyone have any idea what to do here, please? Oh, wait, there's a button. Okay. Because I know I'm supposed to get, like, a cart or something. How do I cut off the flashlight? Okay. Thank you. But yeah, no. This is a serious issue. And honestly, when it gets down to it, it's bad. It's bad as fuck. And these people, I find it very interesting that the same people who constantly complain about getting hate mobbed, which they can never even really substantiate, but I do find it interesting that the same people who claim like they're getting hate mobbed are the same people directing a massive fucking hate mob of woke scolds at Shark. Like, I find it very interesting that that's what's happening.
It need to be said now, and then I had to make a response. But it started with
oh wait, shit! Yeah. We have honestly, a VCC TV in here. Yeah. VCC, are you still in chat?
They picked it up. I will say one thing. I did listen to your entire conversation that you had with her. One thing that I felt like that was super interesting was that at like nearing the end or something, she was like, everybody always takes things. Everybody keeps things going for way too long. Everything happens like everybody feels like they need to. Well, she didn't say that, but she was like, everything goes on for too long. They make these things go on for too long. These issues that they brought up with me, how old are they? They're minimum 1 year, right?
I mean, I think that if I recall correctly, the main thrust was some commentary that you had made on the Cat Black situation between Vosh and Cat Black. What's that? Yeah, between her and Vosh. And I can probably get you the date on that. It's definitely at least a year. I think it's well over a year now.
And I think the Professor Flowers stuff, I think that's at least... Is that definitely closing on 2 years, if not 2 years.
Oh god, that's very old, yeah.
I think they want to be victims while they victimize others.
Let's see, I've got the stream right here, right now, Vosh's stream about this, and it was from March 15th of 2022. So yeah, well over a year would have been the sort of inciting incident that was talked about here. And for the Professor Flowers, yeah, I think that's over 2 years now. And I've gone on the record as saying like I never want to hear Professor Flowers Vosh drama. Like those words in a combination cause my brain to immediately shut off. It's like I don't even know like the level of conflict. I saw all that. I did a stream at the time, and I genuinely thought it would be sort of over in a week. I thought it would be people were mad at you said this, you weren't super good about this, whatever, and then it would be done like anything. But the fact that it's still being brought up in videos now and is wild to me. And I don't know how to parse that completely outside of like grudges being nursed. And I don't want to downplay things because like God knows I've dealt with some shit that I will be very blunt about and say like, hey, shit that has been done to me and said about me in these spaces, like I'm not gonna like if somebody asks me about it, I'm not gonna not talk about it. I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, whatever. But also there's no like I'm not making videos about it or dropping it into video segments and firing shots, all this time later. And I feel like I have pretty solid receipts if I even wanted to do so, but I don't. And I don't know, it burns for so long, and it's surprising to me.
Yeah, my thing is just like, I don't know, throughout that conversation, I don't know, I was just like, because this happens a lot, okay? This happens online a lot, where something big happens, or something happens at all, and then when it's new to you, that's when you think that it's new, and then you start talking about it like it's new, and then it starts to pick up again. So like, they came on and they started like to wax and waxing poetically about how it sucks so much that my 15-second clip that I made,
Professor Flowers was 2 years ago.
That I made. It's all these people's fault for continuing to talk about it when I just think that it's actually your fault for you making it in the first place. Like it's somebody else's fault for like talking about something that you brought up that was over a year old. My thing is that I just feel like it's hypocritical to be like, I can't believe people are having this continue for so long when you just appeared in the space and then just started to talk about it again like it just happened yesterday when all this stuff is like a year old. I'm not saying that you can't talk about it. I'm just saying that it just seems I think it like builds a character for me, because when I watch your video, if I'm gonna be honest with you, when I watch your like discussion, I think it like they were like, oh, like his response solidified my opinion of him in my mind, which is something that I didn't really, which something I thought was going to happen. And I didn't really care, and I didn't make. Did you see my video that I made?
No, actually. I didn't see all of Soul Bunny's video either. Soul Bunny came in and
I just got bored. Yeah, I just wanted to ask because like I just didn't know. I didn't want to mansplain to you, honestly.
No,
something you already knew. So yeah, so I was like, I didn't make that.
Shark canceled for mansplaining to Demon Mama. It's too late. He acknowledged it. He knew what he was doing. Cancel Shark. He's a bad person. That's the video roll ending. No.
Video for them. Any of the people that I mentioned in that video, I didn't do it for them. If I'm going to be completely honest, if I'm going to be candid, I view all of these people at this point as, capital M straight up monsters. I just straight up, all of them, I just view them as monsters. And I don't want to say anything that you have to agree with. I think that you're cordial with her and like her and everything. But I just at this point, I just straight up view these people as just monsters who just like hurting other people and don't care about anything else as long as somebody else that they don't like
21,
bleeds.
21,
and it's just
Jesus.
Like it's to the point where after time I started.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, that could be. Listen, I'm gonna say this could be completely like, if I'm gonna use the word like paranoid or like going too far. I'm just being candid. In my mind, personally, that's just how I feel about these people and how they treated me. If I look at their actions, like if I look at their actions compared to their words, I think like somebody's words tell you what's in their head. I think their actions tell you what's in their heart. And if I look at their actions actions. Like, if I look at like the antagonizing things, I said somebody did something bad once, and it doesn't make them a bad person. I didn't even make a video about the Cat Black situation. I'm gonna be honest. Like on YouTube,
if you want subtitles, you can install a mod for it. But fuck, no, I can't do that. He's very self-aware and measured. Very. Shark is very smart.
I made one tweet, and I also did a video where I said I completely see how people. I did a video on Twitch. I did like a little mini stream that I uploaded straight to Twitch because I knew I had less viewers there. I didn't want to make this like a big thing. I didn't think it was that big of a thing, but I wanted to expand on some of my points, so I made that video there, right? But and then on like Professor Flowers stuff, I feel like I've treated Professor Flowers incredibly cordially through everything that I did and everything that I've done. And I look at like the inciting situations, and I look at like the actions that are done, and I'm like, I'm not the one who's calling people like slurs over this stuff, okay? I'm not the one who, I'm not FD who did a stream about whether or not I'm a fly in milk who should like know his place.
Yeah, and it is important to note too, which this is something that like I found out before we started covering this. FD Signifier is 41 years old. FD Signifier is 41 years old. I'm pretty sure Shark is like no older than probably 26. And FD... I did not mean to push that fast. An FD Signifier is sitting here harassing Shark over little shit. For no reason, because why not? Yeah. Over some drama, just because like Shark is friends with Fosh and doesn't completely hate him. It's insane.
Black people who know more and who are less like tainted by their connections with like white people or whatever. I'm not the one who said that I'm doing like that said they're like Candace Owens who's
so FD Signifier is almost fucking twice Shark's age, and he's doing this shit like a fucking child. It's insane. And that's the thing about it too. This is just a old enough to be his dad, yeah. Okay. This is interesting. Yeah. No, this is insane. And what it ultimately gets down to is that a lot of these people in this new Cornbread Tube space, which is what they're calling themselves, even though it's honestly not new, they've just given a name to themselves. These are people who, for all intents and purposes, live entirely, rest in peace, guy, live entirely on the internet. And it's sad, and it's pathetic when it gets down to it. These people are very pathetic. Yeah? And what they're doing here, when it gets down to the harassment that they're engaging in, with the things that they've been saying about Shark, it seems to me like they're just angry that there is a creator that has succeeded in the space that they say is against them, and that they have to like ally up with each other in order to that's not good. That's very much so not good. That they have to ally up with each other to deal with. Please open. I don't want to get head crabbed. Dude, please. Dude. Please? Do I have to stand in front of this? But, wait. I think FD Signifier has been pushing the C-wording of Shark because he literally tweeted about the necessity to C-word some black people. Yeah. And, like, I'll be honest with you. There have been times that I have used that word myself in description of, like, another black person. Like, for example, I'm from North Carolina. I have used that word in description. Can I drag this body here? This would be so much easier with subtitles if I knew what to do. Ayo. Your twin is dead. I kinda need your eyes. So can you like can you come over here and unlock the door for me? I wish I knew what you were saying, lip flaps. But I don't. What about you? Are you useless? Yeah, you look useless. Dude. Okay, I'm assuming I have to clear out the head crabs then. What do I do? I don't have a crowbar, dude. Okay, dude, come here. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I had to direct you here. God. They do the same thing to DM. They call her a debate bro, as if it's not kind of insensitive to a trans woman. Yeah. And when it gets down to it, a lot of these people, they are angry to see someone like them succeeding in this place that they think is not going to allow them to succeed. When ultimately their issue isn't that they're genuinely facing, like, discrimination in the space, it's that they suck. Yeah, the reason why Professor Flowers isn't well liked among, like, the debate community, I guess you could say, isn't because she's black. It's because her fucking opinions suck. Yeah? And when these people see someone like Shark succeeding in spite of their failures, they have to explain it away as like, oh, it's clearly an example of yikes. It's clearly an example of like this person selling out and being like a C word in order to succeed, instead of it being what it actually is, which is me dying by falling off a ladder because this game's controls are very floaty. But no, instead of what it actually is, which is this person has good viewpoints and isn't completely insane and doesn't base their politics off of, not the best shit like someone like Professor Flowers does. Yeah, this person actually thinks through fair positions instead of, and I've said this before earlier on stream, but I did have an issue with I did have an issue with Vosh's debate with Professor Flowers, which is that I don't think he went hard enough on the positions that she wasn't well solidified in, like her positions on land back and shit, like what would happen to black people in a land back situation. I think that was a place where Vosh failed in that debate, because he could have very easily pressed her on that, and she would have been up against a wall because her positions are not well thought out. Oh shit, dude, bro, no, can I kill you? Can I get a gun? Thank you. Can I not zoom? What is this? Okay, I'm assuming I just get the, oh shit, the aim sucks in this game. Ooh. Well, if that's the last of it, did you have any? Oh no. Okay. How do I cycle? Through, yeah, that, yes, that, yes, that. Okay. And then how do I get back to my gun? My gunny gun. I want to get back to my gunny gun. Ha! I do not want to get back to my gunny gun. I'm gonna run past you now so I don't fucking die. I lost my place. I'm just gonna keep letting this play.
Like existence online and just in the world generally speaking is a blight on black people just generally. I'm not the one who said that if I was like if we were back in like the 1800s, I would be a black slave owner torturing slaves and I'd laugh at it. I didn't make slave edits of anybody. I didn't do that. And I look at all these actions and I go, are these the actions of somebody of people who genuinely care about me and like changing my mind or making the world a better place, or are these the actions of people who are just monsters? And I had to come, and for me, where I'm sitting, and people can come to their own conclusions, from where I'm sitting, I came to the conclusion that these people are simply just monsters who just want to harm me, just to harm me. And so I decided to not make that video for them, and so I wasn't talking to them.
And Shark is absolutely right here. What people like Professor Really? Wait, did I... Really? Am I stuck? Oh, God. Dude. This is fucking sucks. Really? I'm stuck. Stuck on the level geometry. Okay, well, while I'm waiting for this head crab to fucking kill me, can I... Come on, load. Autosave. What's the most recent autosave? Yeah, it's that one. Load. But yeah, no. Like, Shark is absolutely... I almost called him Bosch. Shark is absolutely right here. What this is a community of people who... That was an insta-kill? What we have here is a community of people who, all they care about is screwing over people that they do not like. They do not engage in politics as a means of, actually supporting and propagating the groups that they're a part of, because if they were, they would not be calling people who should realistically be politically aligned to them the C-slur. Shark is politically aligned with left-wing people because he's left-wing. Yeah, the only person I've called the C-slur is the lieutenant governor of my state, Mark Robinson, and that's because holy shit he is. He's a Republican, he's super anti-Semitic, he's super anti-gay, and he's super anti-black despite being a black person. Shark is none of those things, and is undeserving of that term because he is not that. God, this game's controls are really floaty. And when it gets down to... And when it gets down to it, what is ultimately going on here is exactly that, what Shark pinned it down as. A bunch of people targeting him because he is a black person who aligns himself with Vosh. That is entirely what is happening here. It is nothing but, God damn it. It is nothing. Okay, do not jump through that door immediately. It is nothing but a bunch of... That wasn't even near me. It is nothing but I look like a game journalist now. It's the fucking Let's Play curse. Come on. Fall and explode. Fall and explode. Fall and explode. Okay. You die. And then you... What am I supposed to do here? Am I supposed to peek it? So Bunny admitted in Demon Mama's Convo that she agrees with 95% of Shark's positions. Exactly. This entire thing is just nothing but cruelty. This entire debate, convo thing, whatever it is, that is happening around Shark, or not, like, this whole Cornbread Tube thing, it is literally just a lunch group of people who were fucking loners in school, I guess, and now decide to, like, abuse other black people who do not, like, heart their aesthetic, because it isn't a position thing, it is an aesthetic thing. The only position that these people all share in common, that Shark does not share with them, is that they don't like Vosh. And if I'm being honest with them, I think half the reason why these people don't like Vosh is because of, like, the reasons why other people list for not liking Vosh, aka the bullshit clips, and also the fact that, like, Vosh does not acquiesce to someone whenever they have a bad take, even if they are a fucking minority. Which, yeah, that is, I hate the controls in this game. Yeah, that is something that I bet a lot of these people who think that they should automatically be fucking agreed with and get to be, like, the authority on these kinds of situations would hate. Because, again, that is something that we see with, like, Soul Bunny's debate with Demon Mama, even if it wasn't intended to be a debate. The thing that happened there was a situation where, like, the entire debate, Soul Bunny was like, yes, well, black people agreed upon, and it's like, when did we do that? You know? These people automatically think that just due to our status as minorities, that they get to be, like, the authority on some things that they should not get to be. Yeah? Because a lot of these people, again, have very bad positions, and they don't even know how to advocate for black people themselves. We see this with Professor Flowers, and I will unpause the video soon, but we see this with Professor Flowers in her, health. But we saw this with Professor Flowers in her debate with, that's open right there, in her debate with, Vosh. She didn't know what the fuck she was doing in terms of the question of, like, what should happen to black people in a land back situation. Because we didn't come here by choice. I mean, really, no one came here by choice. But like, black people especially didn't come here by choice. Well, no one alive now came here by choice. But black people really didn't come here by choice. What are y'all? Y'all hurt is what y'all are. But black people, fuck, they're fast. Black people didn't come here by choice. So what happens in a scenario that Vosh was trying to account for, where, like, somehow this does happen, and damn, I suck at this game, where, somehow this does happen, and, like, land back happens. Like, what the fuck happens to black people? Do we just sit down and we're like, okay, land back has now happened, and we are in a scenario where the person doing the land back isn't, like, a normal land back activist and is actually, like, a fucking extremist that just wants to fucking kick everyone off the land who's not indigenous? What happens to us? Which is unlikely to happen. Very unlikely to happen, I should say. But that is a scenario that Vosh wanted to account for in that debate. If you... Hey, G-Man. Oh, shit! But that was something that Vosh wanted to account for. Why do these do so much damage? That is something that Vosh wanted to account for in this debate. In that debate with, like, Professor Flowers, literally just, hey, can we put limits on what can happen involving, like, this shit? That's all Vosh wanted to do in that debate. And she wouldn't acquiesce to it. And that's the thing about it. Like, just provide these positions. But of course, Professor Flowers, being someone who had to be right in that situation by her metrics, ignored that fact, ignored that point that she should have thought of. These people do not advocate in favor of, might have some pistol ammo now? Might. Yep, I do. Yeah, no. Like, these people have not accounted for, have not accounted for what might actually happen in a situation like that. Like, Professor Flowers hasn't. I know good and well someone like FD Signifier probably hasn't. But you know what? They don't care. They don't actually advocate in the best interest of black people. They never have. What they care about is seeming right and being fine in, like, their own little fucking community. And their community is toxic because their community revolves around shitting on other people who do not agree with them. They suck.
And so it makes sense for all that type of stuff. But I don't know. Her like talking to you, it just rubbed me the wrong way. If I'm gonna be honest, I haven't talked about this much publicly outside of the immediate thing. So
no, and that's fair. I mean, your name came up a lot in the conversation, and so there's a few things I want to say. So the first thing is, my goal in any of these conversations has never been to minimize anybody's experience. In fact, it's quite the opposite has been my goal. My goal has been to try and get people in whatever small way I can, from my relatively small platform.
Sure, and one thing, I don't want to like stop you from doing that, and I don't care like who you're friends with, just so you know. And I'm not like you said you may have been friends with them or you're like cordial with them. I don't care. I don't want to like try and put you in and tell you like you need to.
You're
like,
not.
be
Don't worry.
I don't care about that.
I have never.
I
don't have a history in this space of like refraining from being able to criticize my friends. That's, in fact, I have the reputation for the opposite, for better or worse.
No, I'm just saying like my position.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is that like my goal has never been to like minimize anyone's frustration or feelings of hurt. But I feel like so first of all, I feel like there has been, and I think I will. I'm more than comfortable to say that like I feel like there has been an incredible amount of hyperbole directed at you, and I think that even happened in the conversation that I had with Soul Bunny, which is something that I said in that conversation. You'll probably recall.
Yep.
I said like, don't you feel like a lot of these things, like comparisons to Candace Owens, like how do you like justify that as a statement? And I personally don't feel like there's been a good argument made for those types of that level of hyperbole, and I do think that type of stuff is hurtful. I want to believe that it's not a matter of people being monsters or anything like that, and I'm not saying you're not entitled to that type of feeling or not. I like to believe that that there are incentives at play here that lead people to forget forget their humanity, and that can be corrected. Now maybe it can't. I've certainly encountered situations online where it's not possible to bridge that gap. I want to believe that it's possible, but I don't actually feel like it's my place or my job to like make people be friends or even encourage them to be friends. I'm just saying from my perspective, I hope that's not the case, but I completely understand why you might feel that, especially given some of the things that have been said about you, which I guess, and there was one other thing that you were saying, which was, when you say, and I don't want to try and grill you here or hold you to a point, but when you say,
oh shit, Evangelion ladder.
No,
no,
is there
no,
like,
don't.
I'm not trying to get you to name names or anything, but I feel like it's important that
what's my mouse sensitivity?
I was pushing
I'm playing
Soul
with a
Bunny
controller.
on vagueness, and I felt like that was a problem that is
yeah,
continually
Soul Bunny,
happening in this
Tire,
conversation.
Dogface Gremlin, FD partly as well, Innuendo Studios, Jesse Earl.
Okay, so Innuendo
Yeah.
Studios
I mean, I
wasn't
think
this.
and
Did I
they're
lose
and
my
they're
gun?
like troop of people that they would like to call mostly Cornbread Tube, but I don't know everybody who subscribes to that label, so I can't say.
Yeah, I don't know
necessarily.
either.
Also, like, if Innuendo Studios is engaging in this shit, which, like, Shark name dropped him, so he is, do better. Your videos are too good to be engaging in. What the fuck? Ah! No! 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 Am I being too loud? These people are demons.
They're much like BreadTube. I can't.
Joe
quite
Lewis,
tell.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot about Joe Lewis as well. I blocked him as well. I had to.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
to hear
also,
that. I'm sorry to hear that there's a conflict between you.
Mr. Anti-Miscegenation himself as well. Endless Cemetery, that guy too. Anybody else that I missed? Because I'm going to be doing something different. Because Soul Bunny just like came on here and was just straight vagueness. All right, and
I feel like she was vague on certain things, but I feel like she was unvague when she talked about you, which was something that was that sort of stood out.
I personally disagree, actually, because do you know what she like from. Like, actually, I very much disagree, and I think you disagree as well. Because I remember specifically, and you can tell me if I'm wrong here, when she was like Candace Owens' tendencies, and you're like, what tendencies? That she just went to then ramble.
Yes, I should be clear. I just mean with naming names is all I was trying to say there. I apologize. I would agree with you 100% in that.
No.
I reviewed that conversation, and I still don't feel like I was able that I was given, or that anybody has given me at any point a solid actual allegation of what you've done. And that's one of the things that has bothered me, and why I opened this conversation by asking you like what your perception of what started this was, because I think it's important to hear like your perspective on that, where like what things were being lobbed against you, and if you could recall like where it started. Because like I mean, when I've been in that place, I brought up with Soul Bunny, I brought up a situation where someone took an argument that I made during a conversation about gender and drew it to an unbelievable conclusion that concluded with me being a danger to trans people, was the sort of telephone game that was played. And I gave that as an example to sort of illustrate exactly what we're talking about here. What's that?
That was real shit with Riley, right?
Yeah, it was. It started with Riley Grace Rochong, and it blew up into
shit.
So
that's
much
a name
worse,
I've not heard in a
that
while.
lasted for a really long time. Yeah, it was a mess, and it was terrible.
Oh yeah, Shark is super based VCC TV, because like let's be honest here. If Shark wanted to go like guns blazing and went, you know, fuck these people, they're pieces of shit. They will always be pieces of shit. They will remain pieces of shit. If you support them, get out of my community, etc., etc., etc. He would be very justified in doing that, but he's largely kept himself. I guess you could say like, I don't want to say moderate, because he has every right to be fucking mad. That is not a nice visual. That is also not a nice visual. What the fuck? But yeah, Shark has every right to be mad in this. God. Do I have to push these fucking cubes out? Really? Okay. Like I said, Shark has every right to be mad here. The only thing is, when it gets down to it, I lost my train of thought. Holy shit, Half-Life is like the worst game to play while doing something like this. Yeah, no, Shark has every right to be mad. That's something that I stand by generally in my life, you know? I think we should allow people to be mad. Yeah, I think we should be supportive of people when they are mad. It is important to be mad if you have genuinely been wronged. Like now, I feel like I've been wronged by this game. What is this? Wait. No shot. I can skim this? I thought the water was killing me. I thought that's why I was dying earlier. Thank you. I was completely disengaged during the RGR versus Doe drama and just caught up a couple of weeks ago. Sandals are kink gear, indeed. It's an old meme. But yeah, no, like, fucking... what was I saying? Yeah, Shark has every right to be mad. These people suck, and it is great that he's carrying himself with as much decorum as he is. Next King Cat Pride debate will be too soon, indeed. It's always too soon. No, there's a crusher under
what I was talking about, like,
gotcha.
drama, but I still hold that the conclusions that people drew from that were outrageous, and what they ended up trying to label me as was completely unreasonable. Totally.
Nope.
Do you think
that something here?
Nope.
Happening here.
Do you think that Soul Bunny believes that she's done anything wrong? Like, do you think they believe that they've done anything wrong?
On a personal level,
like in this whole situation with me and everything.
I did not get the feeling that Soul Bunny was willing to acknowledge any sort of tangible wrongdoing. And that was something that I was frustrated about with the conversation.
Yeah, me personally, I think you can tell a lot about somebody based on whether or not they actually think that they are even have the possibility of being wrong in the situation. Because I think reasonable people can disagree with my position on like the cat shit and the flower shit. I think reasonable people can disagree, and I've had reasonable discussions in the comment section of both of those videos. I don't think that's a problem. But I'm perfectly fine with some things that I may have said that are possibly wrong. I talk like all the time. I stream for like 100 hours a month. So the likelihood of me saying something wrong and all of that. Yeah, is reasonably there. I just think, just for me, I just never heard any of these people ever say something that they think that they've ever had the possibility
don't
of being
get stuck
wrong.
on that.
For me, honestly, it's like, I'm not sure if anybody's really said this. It's probably just like another way of saying Dunning-Kruger, but I really think that like an ounce of knowledge comes with like a pound of hubris for a lot of people. And so like when you start to know more and you start to get into these like social, economic, and like cultural issues, you start to believe that you know more than
Riley
you actually
Grace
do.
Rochon, dude. Issues like this make you fucking wish for Riley Grace Rochon to come back, even though she was a piece of shit. This kind of thing going on around, yeah. This shit going on around Shark makes me want someone like Riley Grace Rochon back, like someone who is wrong, and it is easy to point out that they are wrong because their fucking fan base will actually listen to you when you say they are wrong. God damn it. Okay, next time I cover something, I will not be playing Half-Life. I will not be playing Half-Life next time I cover something like this.
Got from a lot of these people that the likelihood that they think that they've ever said anything wrong really on their stream or channel, maybe it's because they think that they spend like 3 weeks making a single video. It means that they've ironed out all the issues, but I don't think that's true. And even like, I know FD specifically in the first like conversation that we had, even afterwards even said that he had like a high horse ivory tower type understanding, because he explained like him versus like the debate bros is him and like the Cornbread Tube, that they weren't like pre-Cornbread Tube, they're all like the generals wearing the suits in their ivory towers, and then we're like the ogres and the monsters in like the trenches doing the battling.
Wait, is that actually how FD Signifier like explained it? If that's how FD Signifier explained it, then he's really fucking lame. Like he's like, this is a 40-year-old man. Half-Life 2 next time, much better. Yeah. But if that is how fucking if that is how FD Signifier really Bluestone, holy shit, what a fucking nerd. Like genuinely, I know that's his whole thing, like he's like the old boomer kind of nerd dude, but like genuinely, what a fucking nerd. That is the most Melvin-ish shit ever. I can smell the fucking like sniffles and the fucking inhaler off of that, and the fucking big ass well, actually, like he's like the fucking snitch from fucking Recess with that kind of fucking take. What a self-mythologizing fucking bastard. You are not special just because you make fucking video essays. I make video essays. I'm in the process of writing 3 video essays right now to launch a new channel on video essays. You're not special for making fucking video essays. You do a little bit of research on a fucking topic. You do a little bit of fucking research on a topic. You record a video, you fucking edit it together, boom, fucking video essays. Being a fucking video essayist is not hard. You are not smart for being a fucking video essayist. And I'll say this, I have watched FD Signifier's videos. There's maybe one FD Signifier video that I actually fucking thought was good and enjoyed, and that was his video on like the commodification of black bodies in sports. That was the only FD Signifier video that I watched that I have enjoyed. Outside of that, most of his content has just been shit. Yeah? And that's detached from his like horrible takes on people like Vosh and stuff. Because I do try to detach my opinions on content creators from like their opinions on other people and the dramas that they've gotten involved in. Yeah, if I think you have gotten involved in like a really bad drama, or you've done some really bad shit that is undeserving and unbecoming of like a good person, then I won't watch you. But like FD Signifier's earlier shit, before he really got into it, I knew that he didn't like Vosh, but I didn't give a fuck. Because if you don't like Vosh, a lot of people don't fucking like Vosh. I'm not going to deprive myself of your content because of that. But even then, his content fucking sucked. It's not even that good when it comes to video essays content. So I don't know why he's sucking his own fucking dick, but I would wish that he stopped. And if I get jump scared in one of these hallways, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm not actually gonna do that. But okay, that's below me. I was gonna say, if I came back out on the other side, I'm actually gonna scream. I only feel bad for Foreign Man. He only has one bad video. Okay, but his bad... Hello, Tipster, how are you? Welcome to chat. I should probably do that for you. Welcome, Tipster. I didn't know that you were watching stream. Welcome. We are covering Demon Mama's conversation with Shark, and let me in. We're covering Demon Mama's conversation with Shark while I fail to play Fallout. While I fail to play Half-Life for my first time ever. Because, yeah. How do I use these med kits and shit, please? I need to know. Okay. So clearly this will kill me if I get too close, and I cannot go through that door. Which means I probably need to get through here. No, not really. Well, Tipster, I know you, so. Well, I don't know you, we have not talked, but I know you are someone who can be trusted. So, do take it. Yep, floaty fucking controls. Fallout, any of them stream one? When I get into Fallout can be very boring to watch. Isn't FD currently doing the I like anime, hello fellow weebs thing? Yeah, I think so. Which, like, I can believe that he likes anime, but he's a... Okay. Yeah, that's disturbing. Hey, buddy. You doing good? See, I can't tell what you're saying because you don't have fucking subtitles. Hee! Don't want that to happen to me. That would be bad. I'm scared. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Eee! Oh, wait, I cut off the breaker, so then that means I can... Yay. But yeah, no. Almost got caught in Pipo's ropes, yeah.
I think he almost used that exact analogy, honestly. And it's just like, I think it just shows a lot of like how you think about the world and how you think about other people in the space. And even she said like, oh, I think we agree on like 95, 96% of stuff. And I think I think like they actually care a lot about the 95, 96% of stuff. Like they care about like the 4 or 5% of stuff.
Like
a lot more than the 95,
when I was talking
96.
with her, bringing that up, and I found it, and I did my best, at least in this conversation, to try and drill down on that to the best of my ability. It's just like, well, I don't know how you can compare somebody who you agree with on 90% of things with, by your own admission, to somebody who you definitely... Candace Owens is not... There's no... I don't believe that there's a 90% agreement between Soul Bunny and Candace Owens.
No, thank you.
Which to me just further illustrates that was
no, thank you.
An out-of-pocket, exaggeratory, hyperbolic comparison to make.
Yeah, and on that idea, because like she was like more like, oh, but it went from just like Candace Owens to backpedal to just like Candace Owens tactics. Do you have any like semblance of an idea of what they even mean when they say that?
No, and that was what that's what I said in the conversation.
So this
which is what I said. Well, what do you mean when you're talking about tactics? Because I think the conclusion of that particular segment on Soul Bunny's part, and I want to be as charitable as possible because obviously she's not here right now, but was to say that it was lying. But I don't think that
literally
when
lying,
I think of
dude.
Candace Owens, I don't think.
I feel like
Foreign
got told about Vosh, and then from a second source he trusted, probably FD. His hands are all over this woke skull shit. Yeah. And that's the thing about it too. If there is, well, it's like, this sounds lame, but if there's, well, no, considering how FD fucking describes himself as like a fucking general, him and his fucking cohort, I'm gonna be honest. If there is, so I just fuck it, I'll come back around. No, why? Oh shit, you can't see me. Sweet. Nope. I'm about to die. I have like no health. Sit down, please. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. That's what FD Signifier should do. He should be humble and sit the fuck down. Why did I cut this on hard mode? Jesus. Does that mean I have to wait for you to get back? Yeah, okay. Then I'll walk into the storage room and I'll push around some boxes. You know. Okay, come back. Yep. Love Half-Life so much. What a fun game. What is so much of a fun game. I love this game so much. It's weird how FD seems to police and coerce people in LeftTube and YouTube. Yeah, and that's the thing about it too. If FD is genuinely the fucking like mastermind of this whole Cornbread Tube thing, then I don't know what to say other than like A, fuck guy, B, I hope he stops, and C, he has genuinely harmed a lot of people through his engagement in this shit for like no reason. FD Signifier, you are like a 40-year-old man. Calm down. You don't need to do this shit. Genuinely, you really don't need to do this shit. At all. Now, you are harming so many people for no reason off of this alone. And again, for no reason. For no reason. Stop it. Seriously, stop it. Don't do it. Stop.
Her sort of a characteristic right-wing trait. I think of the fact that, you know, she's founded and been a part of knowingly and willingly a extremely prejudiced right-wing propaganda outlet, that she uses her identity to shield that outlet from harm in a very explicit, knowledgeable way to incredible riches to her own gain. She makes a lot of money. We know to some degree how much money the people there are. So I don't see that as a corollary to just lying. I felt like that was one of the sections of the conversation where I didn't feel like I could get any other answer. And
I think that she was actually telling the truth there. I think that's what she actually believes in her head, is that there's two things, okay? And especially the not wanting to accept that not all black people think the same way that she does was like proof for me at the end when she was like, what I think she thinks of me. If I'm going to think, because you took the charitable position, I'm going to take the uncharitable position, what I think in my own head. If I'm going to be candid, I think.
I wanted to have a conversation with you because I want to hear your perspective on it, and I want people to be able to hear your perspective on it. So go ahead. Yeah.
I think, honestly, in her head, if you are, 1, black, and 2, disagree with her, that is Candace Owens' tendencies. I think that's basically it. If you think about it, and that may sound like super uncharitable, but if you think about it for a second,
it makes
what
sense,
other explanation would there be for her thinking the way that she does about me? If I'm just like, not, for 1, black, and then 2, like Candace, 1 black and 2 disagree with her, that means I have to be like, on anything, really. That means I have to be like Candace Owens, really. It has to be. Like her, like me being black and me disagreeing with her on specific things has to be like Candace Owens, because she thinks that I attack certain people to get like clout or money or like recognition, whether I know it or not, from like the white people around me. So that's why I believe what I
honestly think he thinks he can replace Vosh if he takes him out the picture. That's the vibe that I get too. from FD Signifier, like, because what has Vosh done to wrong FD Signifier? Genuinely, I want to know, what is fucking head crab? I'm just gonna let myself die. I'm just gonna kill myself. In a video game, in Half-Life, literally in Half-Life. But no, like, for real, what has Vosh done to wrong FD Signifier? Nothing. FD Signifier just seems to have this weird fucking hate boner for Vosh. And if that's genuinely his whole fucking plan, just to, like, I don't know, just fucking get Vosh nuked or something so that he can, like, take over, that's not gonna happen. I'll tell you exactly what'll happen if Vosh gets banned. If Vosh ever gets banned off of YouTube or Twitch. Well, I think he's already banned off Twitch. But if Vosh gets banned off YouTube, you know what's gonna happen? I don't think he's going to be able to be successful on another platform because other platforms generally suck. But another debate streamer will pop up. And it's going to be me because we established earlier in stream I am Black Vosh. But no, for real. Like, nothing is going to happen that'll benefit FD Signifier because FD Signifier has already pissed off Vosh's audience and other debate streamers' audiences with his bullshit. He isn't going to be able to take over the space.
What I do, I'm Vosh's pet tap dancing monkey, and so I have to think like that, and so that's why I do that whether I want to or not, or think so or not. I play into white supremacy because everything that they believe, because I think what they believe is that they're like correct. I've never heard them say that they believe that they're genuinely wrong on like the core fundamental or like principles of like the things that they say. So they're right, and they're like not white supremacists. And so if you disagree on anything, that 4 or 5%, that means that you're supporting white supremacy. And any deviation from their own personal ideology is supporting white supremacy. And so you're just like Candace Owens, because that supporting white supremacy is like a small baby version, like a small grain of the massive monster of the supporting white supremacy that Candace Owens does, and that's what I think they think about me. I do think I hate these people. I genuinely hate all of them. Genuinely all of them. Now, I after listening to your conversation with her, genuinely, like I kind of forgot. I'm the type of person where I don't like to hold grudges too much, but I can't like deny how I feel. Right. And I feel about 99% of the anger that I did when I saw those messages originally on Twitter months ago.
Oh shit! I can break these on
for the first time. I kind of like have two types of anger: the sort of like flash fire anger when you see something originally that makes you upset, and the sort of smoldering anger that takes a long time to put out. And I'm just it just reminded me of how angry I am at a lot of these people for what they tried to like do or say about me. Because I can't think of anything honestly more disrespectful than trying to say that you work for the destruction of your mom, your dad, your grandma, your family members, your little sister, your older brother, your nieces and nephews, your cousins. You're working for their destruction for your own personal gain and money online. I can't think of anything more disrespectful. You probably know exactly how it feels when they try to call you a transphobe for believing that trans people should be able to be like considered trans no matter what state of like transition they're in.
Yeah, no, and I actually appreciate you opening up about that and being willing to sort of say how you feel about it. Because I was going to ask you, because that's something that was like that I think goes under discussed, and I think this is complicated because I think sometimes in these spaces, and especially this is something that I brought one of the biggest criticisms against the foreign man. I know I have feeling items. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Regardless, one of my critiques was that a lot of it seemed to boil down to personal disagreements that are being justified via a moral or political lens. There is and you actually touched on this here for a second, talking about how like there's a sort of
what's the point of picking up that back?
You're either with me or against me type thing, where if you disagree on anything, because I am in the position of the anti-white supremacy, that must mean you must be in the pro position. And I think that these things kind of link together. They kind of lock together to create this this need for personal distaste to be laundered through this political justification. And I do think that it produces a really hurtful outcomes that go above and beyond just like internet shit talking. Because and I brought this up in both the conversation and in my review of one of these
healing is only environmental. Then what the fuck is the point of the health packs?
I don't really go around policing people talking how they talk about other people very often. I don't, but also it just seems odd to me when you could just say, I think this person's a fucking idiot and here are my reasons, and instead it becomes, no, this person is like someone who is a danger, someone who does not deserve a platform, someone who needs to be like excised from X community. I find that it gets really hurtful. And what you touched on there is like, I mean, I know firsthand how much that kind of shit hurts. Like, I'm not saying that there aren't some people out there who are doing the things that people that are being lobbed at yourself and myself in other cases. Like, obviously, I do think that there are people who are willing to sell trans people out for their own personal gain. I think that when I bring up somebody like that, I'm willing to come with the evidence of that. But I just feel like it's a off the cuff and very, very hurtful and very hyperbolic and also very reputation damaging thing. And to sort of wrap off what I was trying to say there, I think it's really hurtful, and I think it makes these spaces toxic, because I think that it hurts not only the the general discourse in the space, but the individual creators. It drives people to burnout. It drives people to being in bad emotional states for no reason, based on.
How are y'all doing? Y'all doing good? Y'all doing good? Y'all doing good right now? I'm not doing good. I'm not doing good at all. I'm use your flashlight when entering vents. Thank you, more retro. That's actually a useful tip. What do we have in the Q&A suggested, Seggies? Thoughts on John Hinckley being out of jail with a YouTube channel. Shirts that sold bleach as alternative. Okay. I need to cover something else today after this. So, I've kept a nice concurrent, so I'm happy about that. Okay, let's get back into it. Just need breathing room.
Trumped up allegations that don't have strong strong foundations in truth, and I think that's fucked up, and I don't like it. I think it's bad, and I can't help but feel like a lot of sympathy and empathy for you in the way that you talked about that, because I've definitely felt that myself. Yeah, so I guess I just wanted to say that, I guess.
1 second, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
I had to grab my hand strengthening tool. I noticed I was grinding my teeth. I'm angry. So I had to grab that.
I've been, to step out of the specific situation
for
just a second. I've talked about this extensively, like what you're talking, your teeth grinding, but like the physical and emotional effects that these spaces can have are they are very, very difficult to deal with. And I've been streaming for 3 years now, and I've been through some really crazy shit. I've had some people do some absolutely deranged shit against me, and the stress is unbelievably difficult to deal with. And it's funny because even I think FD Signifier mentioned this explicitly in one of his videos, a video which I also had critiques for, based on the factuality of some of the claims. But I think everyone, can acknowledge the physical and mental effects that this has. And I feel like that should prompt people to think more deeply about how willing they are to make certain allegations and
maybe playing on death mode as much as I appreciate. May not be optimal.
Especially when we know how fast everything moves in these spaces, that your reputation can be damaged. Especially with certain allegations. Certain allegations can hurt so much, and they detract from everything and your ability to stream. I mean, I've talked to my stream very candidly this year about how I've been trying to defeat a habit
Cornbread
that I didn't even
Tube will
notice
try
it
to
formed,
revoke
where
your
in
minority
so many of my
card
videos.
Say boss good. Boss good. Get fucked. Yeah. What is this? Jenna, boss good. Look, if the people who are calling other black people coons for fucking think, oh shit, I said the word. If the people who are calling other black people the C slur for fucking, I don't know, not agreeing with them We'll do it because you say Vosh is good, then I'll say Vosh is good. Fuck those people. I don't want to be... Can I not... Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck this game. I will have to play this on my own off stream. Because holy shit, dude. Holy fucking shit, dude. Yeah, Vosh rad. Debating and chatting praxis and messing fight for her comrades. Okay, come on, let me in, come on. Fuck this game so much. God. Okay. Just gotta get in the fucking all. Get in all. Thank you. Okay. Anyways, we're at an hour 15 on this. The fact of the matter is, we've seen it before. We've seen it this entire video. These people like Professor Flowers, these people like Soul Bunny, are bad people. What they are doing in harassing someone like Shark, who has done nothing but like, what has Shark done outside of align himself with streamers? Nothing. He's done nothing. He's a good person, as far as I can tell. The fact that they are so willing to be so vitriolic towards this person who has done nothing to them says a lot about them as a people. They suck. They're bad people. They are heavily abusive. What they want, especially people like FD Signifier, from what it seems, is a deep amount of control over left-wing watchers, left-wing content, people who consume my type of stuff, who consume the stuff that you're watching right now, who consume Vosh's content, who consume Demon Mama's content. What these people want is a heavy amount of control over this. And more importantly, it seems like, to me, what they want is a heavy amount of control over the black audiences in these spaces, which is why they speak so heavily on pro-black rhetoric, even though that's not what they're doing. Yeah? The things that these people promote are very rarely like pro-black. Very rarely. And I'm saying this as someone who is obviously fucking pro-black. Yeah. And the fact of the matter is, they aren't. If we look at the abuse that Shark has faced at these people, heavily not pro-black. Because he would not have faced this abuse otherwise. They would have went, okay, we disagree with you on some things. But all in all, we'll leave you alone. But no, they've harassed him. They've called him the C-slur. They've done so many things to the point where he admitted that he was grinding his teeth in this conversation with Demon Mama because of the harassment and vitriol that he suffered from these pieces of shit. These people do not stand for you. These people do not stand for me. These people are horrible. They need to be excised from the left immediately. They need to not have the ability to spread these hate mobs like they have. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. Yeah? Don't go harass these people. If I see anyone associated in my community harassing these people, you will be blocked, you will be banned. But in the same vein, I'm going to make the suggestion, don't engage with these people. Because what they want is more attention on them so that they can gain more control over this community, in particular, what it seems like to me, the black community on the left, which is why they have been attacking Shark so hard, because Shark is someone who is not in their little space. And it does make me anxious as a smaller black streamer to look at this kind of shit. it does make me anxious. Yeah, and Jesse Gender is doing something similar in the trans community, Evelyn Rasmussen. Yeah. And it does make me anxious as someone who is black and in this community. Because I have a strong fucking feeling that something like this may happen to me in the future. From these people. Yeah. That I may be attacked by people who look like me. Simply because I don't hate some fucking white guy from Beverly Hills. Really? Really? It is insane. Look. If you're a part of this Cornbread Tube shit, and you want to have an honest conversation with me, and explain to me what is going on here, what your actual positions are, links are in the description. I doubt that you're going to see this. I'm going to be honest with you, though, going into that kind of conversation, and you can even reference this in this conversation. Generally, if you align yourself with Cornbread Tube, you're a piece of shit, in my opinion. If you are fine with the harassment that's been coming towards Shark, and by that, I don't mean you get on and you're like, oh, don't actually harass him, it's actually really bad whenever that happens. Don't lie. If you've been sitting back and watching this fucking sniveling and snickering at what's been happening to this guy, you are a piece of shit. And own up to it. Don't be a fucking coward. Revel in being a piece of shit. Yeah, don't be a coward. If you genuinely agree or have genuine disagreements with me that you want to argue with me about, I'm free for you. But stop doing this. It is so disappointing to see this level of childish drama from people who look like me in the space. Because you have to try to break into a space like this. And when you're a minority, it may be a little harder. Yeah? I've been fucking view-cucked before. It sucks. It sucks. And that could just be because I'm a smaller creator. But genuinely seeing someone like Shark succeed in this space fucking makes me happy. Because it tells me that I can succeed looking like this. That this community is genuinely one where if you have good takes, you have good opinions, you can get somewhere. You people just suck. Your opinions suck. Your takes suck. That's why you aren't popular. And moreover, the harassment that you're doing, no one's going to want to engage with you. And FD Signifier, if you're somehow watching this, or you're watching this clip, you are a 41-year-old man. Grow up. You have children. Grow up. If your kids knew, which I don't know how old your kids are, but I'm saying this as someone who has a father who's your age. If I saw my father engaging in this kind of shit on the internet, I would be devastatingly embarrassed. Stop acting like a child. Grow up. With that being said, if you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. If you want to talk to me, debate me, or again, just have a friendly convo, even that, you can do so. Links in the description to where you can do that. And yeah, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace. Gotta hit the stop recording button.